Onyeomereneche from Okwotibek in Umuahia local government, Abia State. Father to the deceased Air Force Cadet officer Emmanuel Chidiebere Onyeomereneche. The main reason for the press conference is to seek for justice for the deceased. He's late, but we want justice. That is the reason for the calling the press to hear from my own side. On 9th April 2024, at about 3:30, one Valentine Ucheji Obeji, a colleague of Chidiebere and his battalion mate, who is also in the same department with him, biotechnology, came to the house. When he came, he asked me, I was around, he asked me that he wanted to see Chidiebere. I told him to call Chidiebere on phone. He replied that he has been calling him on phone, but the phone wasn't going. On further inquiry, I told him that I'm sure that Chidiebere is in the house. So he now went up to see him. On coming down, they were now dressed. They now told me they're going for swimming. They didn't tell me the place, neither. They just told me that they're going for swimming. Valentine came on a Camry, supposedly belonging to his brother, a policeman, Eric Obeji. They left. After around 30 minutes or thereabouts, I had an alert on my phone. That was Chidiebere paying for swimming at Damgrete. It reads Hotel Royal Damgrete, Factory Road, Umuahia, 3,000 naira. So, with that, while I was still there, but he told me before leaving that he will come back before 6. He has also prepared for the things he will do by the time he will come back. It was around 7:05. Before then, by 5:55, I repeatedly called his line on the grounds that whenever he tells you I'm coming by 2 he will be there. I called that line close to 5 times. It was ringing, nobody picked the call. I said, because he said he was going to watch football. My other mind told me, has he changed his mind to watch it at Damgrete? I wasn't convinced. After another 15 minutes, I called 3 times. Still, the phones will ring, nobody will pick. At about 7:05, a call came to my line. Are you Ephraim? I said yes. Please come to Hotel Royal Damgrete. My question was, what happened to Chidiebere? Because that's the only person I knew is there, based on the fact that at least I've received an alert. Instead of the person answering me what happened to Chidiebere, he said, are you aware? Do you know whether he's where he is? I said yes, I know he's in Damgrete. He said, come, there's a situation. I said, tell me the situation, I won't come. He said, I won't tell you unless you come. I said, I won't come if you don't tell me. He said, I will not tell you, come. After hesitating close to 10 minutes or thereabouts, I said, what type of call is this? The Chidiebere I know wouldn't go there and make troubles. So I said, let me go. On getting to the hotel, at the entrance, I now called the same number. Meanwhile, he has introduced himself as Eric. I asked around, almost everybody who was there knew him. You ask this person, he said, no, I saw him around. Go and ask another person. The same person will tell you he's around. Just ask another person. Almost all of them knew him. One of them now suggested, instead of asking, where is Eric, call his number. Do you have the number? I said yes. So I called his number. It was then that he told me that 2 cars are entering the hotel. I am at the second car behind. While we were speaking, the car came in. And then his phone was still on, at least sign of this is the same person I'm calling on phone. I now entered. Incidentally, the car in front was that of the owner of the hotel, Steve Onyeomereneche. Steve came out from the car at the entrance of the hotel. Then Eric came out. I now met him. He now introduced me to Steve Onyeomereneche. This is Steve, the owner of the hotel. We shook hands. Before then, I never know why I was called. So by the time Eric now, by the time Steve now stepped out, Eric now gave me a sign, let's go this way. So it was descending the staircase to the hotel. He now said, told me that from all indications, it looks like Chidiebere is drowned in this swimming pool. I stopped. Chidiebere drowned? He said yes. The whole place was silent. Nothing is happening. There is no light in that pool. And I asked him, and then what are you people doing? I know that he paid around 4 o'clock. He paid 358 was the payment for the hotel, so for the swimming. And I said, what are you people doing? Nothing, nobody. It was at that point he introduced to me one person wearing one swimming trunk, white, and said that this is a diver he brought from Unique Hotel to assist. It was at that point I said, diver, what are you doing? Do something, let us rescue if it is drowning, so that at least we can as well, if it is water, we'll press the water out and then resuscitate him. But unfortunately, the driver was, so-called diver was hesitating. At a point, he dived inside and now said, I've seen the body, I've seen the body. On coming up, the idea was to bring rope to tow the body up. The men from the fire service also arrived. By the time the men of the fire service arrived, all of them were eager. The first intention was, let us draw the water from under, so that the whole water will empty, then the body will remain there, so that it's easier. And they said it doesn't have that facility. The men from the fire service wanted to use their pipe to suck out all the water. They said that their car can't get to that point of the swimming pool. Nothing to do again. Until they now were looking for whoever had torch around. They were now using waterproof to cover torch to dive into the swimming pool. 2-3 people that tried it, water will enter inside the waterproof and the torch will die off and everybody will come up. This thing continued from that 7:05 till 10:15, when some men of the fire service, now watching what was going, asked people to put the torch from up so that they will now see the torch down. It was at that point that they now saw the corpse. At exactly the same point, the man saw it then. Then by the time the corpse was lifted, the normal nature of a human being, I rushed to the scene. I touched him. It was like he was gone. On close examination, I examined the body. I didn't see any wounds, because my own is that Chidiebere has been a good swimmer. My fears when they said he drowned was that, did he use any type of force to enter? Then the head smashed. But there was nothing there. So at that level, we now say, okay, let's take him to FMC. At least if there's any form of resuscitation, let it happen. On getting to FMC, he was confirmed dead. From nowhere, I saw an army team led by Major Inua. They now called on me, and they identified themselves, and I should identify myself that if I'm the father to the deceased. I said yes. He said, first of all, I should go and bring his pass, with which he officially left the NDA. it is only when they see the pass, they can now play their own role. I left home, brought the pass. By then it was around 11:30 or thereabouts. I left back, brought the pass. They took the pass, then took their photos and said that they are sending signals to Umuahia, then to NDA that same night, so that they will be aware that one of them have left. At that point, we tried to take the corpse, maybe to do maybe prayer or any vigil or any type of thing we could do that night to resuscitate him. But them insisted that the corpse can't leave FMC for any reason, that the corpse belongs to them. And the earlier we take the corpse to mortuary, the better for all of us. At that point, we agreed to take the corpse to the mortuary. At the mortuary, I still believing that he drowned or something happened, so that he will wake up late in the night. I tried doing what I could do and asked the mortuary people, just leave him as he's lying. By tomorrow morning, he will be up. After the registration in their books, they gave me the tally, I think tally 446. Trying to come out from the mortuary, a policeman accosted me that I should surrender the tally. I said, why? He said that is the order he was given, to collect the tally from me. I said I wasn't given the tally, that the army have already told me that the tally is their own, that ordinarily they would have taken it, but for misplacement, I should keep it. He came back for the second time and asked for the tally. And I said, before I give you the tally, let me call the commanding officer. And I put my phone on speaker. So it was at the point of calling the commanding officer, and he picked, say, who is that wants to collect the tally? It was at that point the policeman said that I should continue keeping it. That gone, we left. At home, you also wish that he wake up. First thing in the morning, 6:30, I was in FMC. Went to the mortuary. Is he up? I did not know sign of getting up. It dawned on me that he's gone. So I now met Mr. Eric Obeji, who all the while, because he was the person doing all the hotel work, he was the person that called me. He was the person that was breaking the gates for the doors for even the police motor to come in. He was the person that told me he called the fire service. He was the same person who told me he brought the unique diver. So I assumed he was the hotel manager. It was when I now discussing with him around me, and I told, when I settled the mortuary attendant, I now muttered loudly, I hope that these police people will not just bother me about cash this night. All I have, I must have given it out. Now, at that point, he now said, don't worry about the police. I came with the police. They are my boys. That was how I now knew he was not a hotel manager. He was a policeman. That was what, when I came to the hotel, which I have missed, and there's a situation, I was asking the man who I assumed to be the hotel manager, what of Valentine Obeji, the person that came to the house to Lord Chidiebere, to Damgrete? There was no answer. I never knew the person close to me was his brother. So, meanwhile, in the morning when Valentine now came to the FMC, of course we are coming everywhere. And now, Valentine, you came to the house and took Chidiebere out. Something happened to him. You were nowhere to be seen all through the night, from 7:05 up till 12:10 or something when we left FMC. You were nowhere to be seen. So He was now trying to explain himself that it was the brother that asked him to leave. I said, you could see, you came to pick him on a car. All of a sudden, he died. He drowned, according to you. And you couldn't come back or even called me. I was calling his lines, you did not pick. You were with the phone. So, from then, calls were coming from everywhere, including NDA, because by then, they have gotten the information that one of them have left. Fortunately, the swimming trainer, is a major, called, was asking me what happened, how did he go to swimming pool to swim, and I told him I never accompanied him, that fortunately Valentine Obeji, who went with him, is here. He now he now asked me to give Valentine that phone. Valentine knew him, everybody knew themselves. The first question he asked Valentine, what happened? Valentine said it was drowned, he drowned. He said, as a cadet officer under my training, what did I tell you how to rescue a drowning person, assuming he's drowning? Valentine couldn't offer any answer. He asked him, when a cadet officer leaves NDA for holiday or for anything on a pass, and anything happens to him, what should you do? Valentine couldn't give an answer. He said, is it that Chidiebere that you said drowned? What is the size of the swimming pool at NDA? He said it's Olympic size. What is the size of the pool at the Hotel Royal Damgrete? He said it's a small swimming pool. I said, how can Chidiebere scoring 80 and above in swimming at Olympic size swimming pool will come and drown in one room swimming pool? You never tell what happened. Tell the parents what happened to Chidiebere. He now dropped the phone. At that level, my immediate concern wasn't about Valentine. It was, what happened? Apparently, it was Valentine that gave Eric Chinonso's number. So, now Chinonso turned to be calling Valentine. Valentine refused to pick call. More than 20, 30 calls. He didn't pick it. From that point, Eric, met me and said the DPO wants to sympathize with me on how I comported myself at Damgrete. I told him I don't need sympathy at this time, that my son has gone. So he said, no, there is no point now. DPO invites you to just for sympathy, and you snub it. I said, okay, no problem, I'll go and see him. Not knowing that the aim was for me to come and make statements. So on getting to his office, he sympathized actually, called the statement officer to take me to go and make statements. I asked them, what statement am I making? Did you people see me swimming? I have not died? It is Chidiebere who will make statements. No, that I should be able to answer whether Chidiebere is fit to swim, whether I authorized him to swim, whether he took permission before leaving the house. I told them, which type of questions are these? This is a grown person. Chidiebere, at age 11, entered NMS Zaria. He came out as a soldier. He worked for 1 year at Defense and Staff College, Jaji, before entering NDA. And they're asking me whether I gave him permission to go to Damgrete to swim. It was then at the same time, the same man who was identified as a swimmer was now telling me whether a trailer driver can also have an accident with a small car, that he could have been swimming Olympic swimming pool, but the swimming pool at Damgrete had to take him. I was not in the mood of arguments, so I let go. Subsequently, it was now time for autopsy. The surprises were that Dr. Steve Ihedibo, the owner of Damgrete, tried all his possible best to bring the doctors for the autopsy. On the first occasion, when the autopsy was arranged, when I came for the autopsy, they now told me that I should take the corpse, that they will provide the vehicle. I should take the corpse to Abia State for the autopsy. I told them that I'm not fit for any travel to Abia. And meanwhile, since the corpse is in FMC, there is no point going to Abia. It was refixed for the second day. On the second day we came, it was now suggested that I'll take the corpse. I'll take the corpse to Madonna Hospital, where the autopsy should be done. Since in the first day I said I wasn't living Umuahia, I told them I'm also not fit for any movement outside FMC. They now agreed, okay? Since you said FMC, we came for the third autopsy on the third time. He said now the autopsy will be held at FMC. Are you okay with it? I said yes, I'm okay with it. When we now came to FMC, the doctors were introduced, and they were doctors from Abia State. I said I will not be party to it again. Nerves flared up. Every other thing that wanted to happen happened. It was then I called NDA that the nature of autopsy you people were expecting, because NDA was there and said that this boy couldn't have drowned at swimming pool. So let us wait for autopsy. So it was then I told them that by the way I'm seeing what is happening, if we allow this autopsy to take place, it will be maneuvered. It was at that point they instructed Umuahia to make arrangements. I should bring my family members. They will send people from Umuahia, and then we'll go to FMC to negotiate, and they will pick the bills. It was at that point Major Inua took me to one place, and I think the overall head now instructed him to go and inform SCID, the homicide section, that the autopsy will be paid by them. At that point, they said they will not even contribute 1 kobo again. Police said their hands are off contributing anything. No problem. We discussed with FMC, and they put the bill at 3 million. NDA sent the money for the autopsy. Having sent the money, it was fixed on 29th June. After some, I will not go into what led all those back and forth. So on the autopsy day, it was an open one. Incidentally, close to 40 students of Abia State University, some doctors doing housemanship, some anatomists who have not witnessed comprehensive autopsy. Everybody was invited. In the autopsy results, there were 14 officially accredited people, 3 policemen, 8 doctors, two people from Royal Damgrete. I think the army, the commanding officer was there, and then the army produced their pathologist was also there to witness. It was on 20th of last month, that the police called me that the autopsy result is out. When they called me, initially, I now called FMC, asking for my own copy of the autopsy results and that of NDA, since they introduced to them that I can run businesses for them. At that level, they told me that NDA should not have a copy. I also should not also have a copy. That it is only police that is authorized to have 1 copy of the autopsy. That should I need a copy, I should apply to the Commissioner of Police, who on approval, I should be given a certified true copy. I applied and it was approved. I was now given a certified true copy. That was last week. That done, I relayed to NDA that the autopsy result, which you paid for, is out. And from information I've gathered, you need to apply for your own. Meanwhile, I sent my own copy, including the letter to the police and everything to them, This is the copy I have obtained. You can use at the same time, you can also apply for your own. It was now a conspiracy of silence. NDA never got back. The police, I asked police, what next? At least you have the autopsy result. You have given me a copy. What can we do? At that level, the police said NDA has been informed in writing to produce Valentine, who is with them. Valentine Obeji, who is with them. And NDA has not responded that without Valentine, that they are doing nothing. And I asked them, what happens if Valentine is dead? Valentine alone cannot take down Chidiebere. Chidiebere is bigger, taller, and has been in the military for close to 13 years. Valentine cannot take him down. What happens to the hotel where he was murdered? What happens to the other people who took part in the murder? Are there no police investigation to unravel how he was murdered? I didn't get an answer. So, at best, I now said, since what all of us are looking for is justice, we want to ask more questions. Why is Valentine shielded? Why is the hotel shielded? Why is Eric shielded? What of other parties that participated? What happened? From the day of the death of Chidiebere, I have written to almost everybody. I wrote to the Chief of Army Staff on investigation on how Chidiebere died. It was received, acknowledged, no response. I wrote to the force headquarters, the police. It was received, acknowledged, and week after week, during those April, May, June, they will always tell you that we will send a team to look at it. To date, it's a conspiracy of silence. The village, my village people organized and did a protest, went to government house. They were received by the chief security officer, I think, I don't know, McDonald or somebody, I don't. So he promised that they will do something, the governor will be informed and things will happen. Up till now, nothing has happened. We went to the State House of Assembly, they received it. At a point, the petition to them got missing. A second one was written. The village wrote as their own, different from me, and to date, we are yet to even hear whether they are discussing it. Only on Grapevine, they now say that I should die the matter, that is not the type of thing they intend to discuss. I also know that somebody died in Okwa, and the governor visited and discussed it. I also know that some army men died, the governor visited. I don't know what maybe Chidiebere may have done that warranted the conspiracy of silence. All we are asking is justice for Chidiebere. He couldn't have, because at a point I was asking myself, if it was not my son, if it were to be somebody else's son, would the same treatment be meted to him? If it were to be their son, would they just allow sleeping dogs lie? So that is the area I'm asking for justice. It could happen to somebody else, even the NDA. If this is a style, let it be stopped. If anything is happening in Royal Damgrete, on the average of 6 months, 1 year, somebody dies in that pool. What is in that pool? What is in that pool? You kill somebody outside in the room, and 6:30, you throw the person into the pool, and now invite me to come and witness rescue. When did he die? What was the position down the floor of the pool? He was almost standing at attention with his hands to the body. Is that the position of somebody drowning? The autopsy confirmed, at least I'm with a copy of the autopsy. The autopsy confirmed that he never drowned. The autopsy confirmed that it was not poisoned. The autopsy confirmed that he was hit. He was murdered by hitting him at the back of the head and with a heavy metal that broke the skull and blood gushed into the head. That was the result of the autopsy. At least I'm with a copy. Before now, by the time I got to the hotel, I never knew that Eric was a policeman. All through, I thought he was the hotel manager. It was the next day. It was after the mortuary tally that I knew that he was a policeman. He was the DCO2 at the CPS. So, and Valentine is his brother. It was in his house that Valentine took off to Lord Chidiebere, and he was the person that asked Valentine to leave. He also was the same person that took charge of the investigation and the rescue mission. So it was surprising to me that the same person was literally guiding Valentine in writing his statement at the police. At least I was there. I was also writing my own statement. So when I finished writing, I left. I also supposedly assumed that it was what the hotel manager wrote his statement that got him dead. The army gave me a cap, Nigerian flag, a shoe, and a belt, that I should keep it for memorial. If possible, I should do a showcase and let it be forever remembered. I now relate to NDA. What of his personal property? That Chidiebere, I know that for you to enter NDA, you must come with a laptop. You must come with a clipper, sets of shoes, and they will list requirements and other personal belongings. But I am more interested that as of December last year, they requested that he come with his international passports, which I assume it was to send them outside for training. To date, the army have not told me anything about. Every week I write to them. I even wrote to them today. I want to get his personal belongings. I have a sentimental attachment to those things. Last week, when the delay was getting so much, I now wrote to them, if he is owing, I am willing and able to defray any cost he's owing, that I want those belongings. I want those personal effects. If I see it, I will remember Chidiebere. But till now, as we are speaking, there is another silence, deaf silence coming from that end. I sent to NDA my own copy. There is a conspiracy not even to read, talk less of reply. I don't, for now, it has spent close to 2 weeks. I don't know what is happening. So, and for me, the earlier there is a closure, I also need emotional closure. It's not an offense to have donated my son to serve in the military. I've not spoken with the owner of the hotel, and for me, his attitude was also something that betrayed him. I know at a point, he wanted to visit the family. The family opted to see him at the village square. Up till now, he has not made any further effort. There is no point for me visiting him. What will I be discussing with him? It's not upon me. Yes, 2 days after, NDA sent a delegation to the house and commenced investigation. 2 days after the death, they came to the house and commenced the investigation. They were now asking leading questions, and we were obliged with the question. It was then that they decided to invite the team, the Damgrete team, to ADP, their office at ADP. Alongside the Damgrete people, I don't know his full name, but Peter and Valentine Obeji went. It was during the interrogation of those hotel staff that they were hit. The hotel manager was hit behind the head, the same Chidiebere style. and he slumped and died. It was the same hotel manager who allegedly told them that during that interrogation while I was there, that they should ask Valentine what killed Chidiebere. So I couldn't have, for me, at that level, I wouldn't go with them. So the speed at which the press carried the death of the hotel manager and the chief of army staff reacted, instituting a panel to investigate the death of the manager. Incidentally, that stopped what caused the death of Chidiebere. Until date, nobody's asking how did Chidiebere die. I also heard that, and it was reliable. Even from the high commands there, it was alleged that it was VAR that took the man off. For me, I wasn't there. So, but Peter was also there. There were 3 cadet members from Umuahia that were on holidays during that time. Chidiebere, Peter, and Valentine. So, incidentally, even the army then, I wasn't privy to their investigative report. But I also knew that when I called NDA, they told me that men from 82 Division investigating the death of the hotel manager were in NDA. And they questioned Peter and they questioned VAR. I don't know what they concluded, but from also the NDA, from friends of Chidiebere, I also know that one of them, Peter, I think was court-martialed. I never knew the result. I'm not privy to such information.